Let's smash those likes. Come on, let's get it. Tap, tap, tap. I'm Blockchain Crusader, Crusader 3's blockchains every single day, guys, and we're back from another live stream here. Good to see every single one of you guys jumping in. I see you guys already asking about the Crypto Citadel and how to join. We'll get to all of that and a lot more here, guys. We need to talk about what is happening with Bitcoin and gold right now. Gold is on its way down, and Bitcoin is back on its way back up here. So let's just jump right into Bitcoin first. First off, we got Bitcoin finally reclaiming this previous week high, breaking above it here, retesting it twice at 115.4. We are holding this level of support. We have broken back into the uptrend of the session trend this morning. And now our next main target to the upside is 116.3. Once Bitcoin can get above 116.3, our last target here before potential all-time highs, which I'm not looking for, guys. I'm not looking for all-time highs, and I'll tell you in a minute why Bitcoin will most likely not hit an all-time high. But nonetheless, right, once we get above 116.3, our next big target is between 117.7 to 117.9, which is the previous month high, the September high. Right above that target, we've got 121, and I'm going to tell you in just a bit why I still don't believe we're going to hit new all-time highs, and why that 121 is so relevant. But in the meantime, make sure you guys are tapping those likes, hitting that subscribe. Over the weekend, we've had an amazing rally for Bitcoin. We have had a major rally, and this rally has led Bitcoin to reclaim its monthly and quarterly open of 114. We finally were able to break above 114 and hold above it. Even this morning, right, we came down, we retested the weekly open, we front ran our 382 fib in Asia low, front ran my entry here for a potential long on Bitcoin. Since then, reclaimed the London low and has been off to the races, slowly grinding back up. This week is a very important week in crypto as well. But before we cover why it's important in crypto, let's go back to gold here. Gold is currently sitting at $4,000, $4,002, right? $4,002. But zooming out here, right? Looking on the 1 hour, we zoom out here to the 1 hour. Look at this, guys. Look at this downtrend here that gold is in. Gold is in a major downtrend from the last week, just overall coming down lower and lower and lower. Coming down lower and lower here for gold. And right now, gold has lost its previous week low of $4,000, losing $4,000 for the first time since October 13th. Now that we're below this key level of $4,000, gold is back on its way back up. If gold cannot reclaim 4,008, 4,012, give or take this region, if we cannot reclaim and start closing 15-minute candles to daily candles back above it, I do expect gold to continue heading lower. And I am planning on taking a short on gold if that rejection occurs. I have targets to the downside for gold between 38.72 to 38.64 just to start off with, right? Zooming out to the 4 hour, this also lines up that key level here for gold, also lines us up with the previous quarterly range, right? As you guys can see, where is my daily? Right here. As you guys can see right here on the daily, right? Previous quarter high, monthly open, this whole area of 38.63 lines us up with the value area high of the previous quarter range for gold. And if this area for gold is lost, our next big target zones are between 37.46 to as low as 36.72 for gold. Thank you for smashing those likes and hitting that subscribe. Appreciate everybody in there. Let's get back over here. Let's continue going. Crypto Dad in the house. What's going on, Pablo? Good to see you, brother. Bitcoin here right now, still fighting the resistance, trying to gain support here on this previous week high, previous day high. If we continue to hold this area, very good chance that we continue pushing up higher. Let's see here. Let's see where everyone else is talking about. Let's jump into the chat real quick, say hello to some people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Appreciate all you guys tapping those likes, hitting that subscribe. Read my comments, brother. What's going on, dude? What's going on in the studio? I don't see anything else from you. I don't see anything else from anyone else either. So we're good. We're good on the comments. We're good in the chat. Now, let's go on over to what is happening this week, guys. This week is a big week for this simple but very important reason, right? We have lots of different things happening here for Bitcoin, Coinbase partnering up, Western Union, right? Lots of big news overall. But the key things to be looking at right here is, where is it at? Right here. This Wednesday, we have the Fed rate the Fed rate cut decision, right? So we have the Fed rate. Are we gonna get a cut or not in the interest rates this Wednesday? We also have earnings report from Microsoft, Google, and Google's parent company Alphabet and Meta earnings. And then Thursday we got Trump and China's president. Right, we got Trump's president, Trump and President Xi from China meeting to finally have their trade deal conversations and lock in a trade deal. If they can lock in a trade deal, this would be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. Taking away the tariff of 100 to 155% would be extremely good for the markets to rally. You look like an India guy. I am definitely not an India guy. Jeez. Oh, man. I love it. Let's go see here what else we got going on. So very good for gold and Bitcoin. If we get, obviously not good for gold. If we get a deal, right, gold is probably going to continue tanking down, which goes back to what I was talking to you guys about earlier, about taking a big short on gold if we start to get rejected from this area, along the sides of the fact that if a tariff deal is made, most likely gold will pull back as well. Bitcoin here having a nice little pullback right now as well, falling back below this previous day high. We'll see. We're probably going to hold back above it. If we don't hold back above it, we could be in a little bit of trouble. But overall, decently well. Joshua, what's going on? NASDAQ and gold. Let's go take a look at the NASDAQ real quick. See where NASDAQ is at. Let's see. Meta. Okay, let's go see Meta, how Meta's doing right now. Meta's sitting at 750. Nice. Very nice, holding up above some key levels. Their earnings report coming out later this week as well, holding above 750. We start, let me see, let me jump out here. Dang, Meta doing very good. Where's the previous week high? Oh, the previous week high, 742. We're well above that right now with this weekly open. If we fall back below the previous week high of 742, we could be in trouble coming down to 720 for Meta. See what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin's holding here, still holding the previous week high, previous day high. Very important. A lot of resistance coming in around this area, but if this area continues to hold that support, it's only a matter of time before it launches Bitcoin towards this 116.3 to 117.7. Let's jump back here into the chat. Let's see what's going on. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. When will altcoin season start? Everybody wants to ask me the same thing. When is altcoin season going to start? When is altcoin season this, altcoin season that? Guys, the reality is for an altcoin season to occur, we've got one of the main steps happening right now, which is Bitcoin pushing back up towards highs, right? We're currently sitting at 115.5, which is fantastic for Bitcoin. Literally just last week, we were all the way down at 107 or lower, right? We were all the way down at 107. We've pumped all the way up to 115 since last Thursday, last Wednesday, whatever it was. Now we're back up at 115. So step number one is Bitcoin ranging at highs. We're pretty close to the highs, right? The all-time high is 126. We're currently at 115. We can say we're pretty close to those highs. We're ranging up here well above 100,000, which is very important for Bitcoin. Ranging up here is step number one. Step number two is the Bitcoin dominance dropping, right? Bitcoin dominance dropping. Bitcoin's dominance has not dropped. It's still holding up at 59%. We need to see this thing have a significant pullback and start falling back down, right? We are currently sitting right at the weekly open here. But as you guys can see, we are still holding this trend, right? We need to start falling back down, start losing this 59%, and start dropping lower towards 58 to 56%. That drop of 58 to 56% to the downside would be fantastic for Bitcoin dominance to allow altcoins to really begin to rally. If we go take a look at Ethereum, right? Everyone is wondering about when is altcoin season. Ethereum is one of the main indicators. Ethereum, Solana, and a few others look very, very good. Look at Ethereum. Throughout all this turmoil, major liquidation event, ETH came down to 3,300, closed back above its previous quarter range, right, of 3,600. For multiple days and weeks, we've come down and have tested 36 to 37, and it has held as support. We're currently back above at 4,200, halfway point, almost at the halfway point of this quarterly range. We start getting above 43, and we have a very good chance that the minute this Bitcoin dominance starts sliding down and falling below 59%, that ETH begins to rally and could make a new all-time high before the end of this year, running for $52 to potentially $5,600 for Ethereum, right? Solana looking very similar as well. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a second here, guys. We're gonna have to go on a quick commercial check. I gotta go check on the mom to go see, make sure that mom is okay right now. So I will be right back. Give me a second here. Quick little infomercial break. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. All right, here we go. Let's go see. Like I was saying, Solana along with Ethereum is another one that's showing a very good strength here, right? Also structurally very sound, still within the previous quarter range, held this support of 172 multiple times. We're currently holding that. If we start breaking above 221, we will be breaking out of the previous quarter range. And then the targets to the upside are between 239 all the way back up towards the all-time high of 295 with potentially an all-time high of around 349 for Solana to the upside. Let's go back to Bitcoin here, see what Bitcoin is doing right now in the 15 minute. Did we close that 15 minute below the previous day high? It looks like we did. It looks like we did. Yeah, we finally fell back down again. A lot of choppy chop right now. Gold still sitting at $4,002, waiting for a full rejection from this previous week low. Appreciate everybody in here tapping those likes, hitting that subscribe. Let's see here. Been a long time subscriber. Would mean the world to me if you could tell if I should give. Jeez. Come on, people. You can be better than that. Be better than that. Bitcoin chopping it up here. Gold not doing much. The Trump coin up 27% today, 32% on the week from $5.64 back up to $7.48. Must be getting exciting with all the Trump talk about China and potential trade deal coming in. It's going to be very big here for crypto overall if they do get a deal locked in this month. I mean, Bitcoin is finally back in the green, baby. Back in the October green here for up 1%. We could have a nice little rally here overall in this last final week of October. We're currently on the 27th. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 days left, not including today, for October before November 1st begins. So can Bitcoin rally another 8%? Right, an 8% rally from where we are right now would take us. 2% would be up to 117. About 5% would be towards that 121. 8% would be towards this previous quarter high of 124. Right, another 8% give or take, so that we get a nice, median, give or take around 10% of a green month for October. Probably not going to get that much of a rally, but a rally towards 117.7 to 121 is very, very possible here in the next couple of days, especially with a China deal done. Let's jump back over here. Let's go take a look at XRP. Oops. Nope. XRP. Jumping out here on the daily. XRP trying to get back above the previous month low here of $2.69. We have been in an overall downtrend, making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs since back in July of 2025. Right, we've just been making nothing but lower highs this whole entire time. So getting back here towards this 294, ideally back to 318 will really start showing strength and a breaking of this structure of lower highs for XRP. Once we can break out of this quarterly range above 324 would be even better for XRP. XRP is one of the few top altcoins that is actually not in a great setup, which has fallen below its previous quarter range, unlike Solana or Ethereum. Doesn't mean that it still can't rally. It just has more room to make up. It has a bigger recovery to go through to get back up towards these local highs of 366. Buy Ton now, regret it later. What's going on with Ton, Mikey Stones? Tell me, what's going on? Please, sir, talk about core. What about core? What about it? We can go take a look at the core. Out there. Where is USDT? Let's get the last quarterly range. Hold on, guys. Give me a second here. I appreciate all you guys coming in here, but I'm getting some more important phone calls right now that I need to go answer. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sign off here. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go.